You've chunked another wedge shot, haven't you? I feel your pain. There's nothing worse. You step up, you've hit a cracking drive, you're in a good position ready to score, and all of a sudden, you've hit one like that. This might be the easiest video you'll watch to stop you chunking. So let's get to the bottom of why you are chunking the ball. It's one of two things. Either your low point, which is the bottom of your swing, is too far back. So if you imagine a line here, this is a golf ball, imagine a line straight across from here. Either the low point is too far back, so you're going to catch the ground before the ball, which will cover what to do if that's the case, or your low point is too low. We normally see low points that are too low being the biggest issue with people, and we're going to cover that. So the best thing to do is video your swing. So let's cover number one. Why would your low point be too far back? We tend to see this in struggling chippers and pitchers if we have too much weight on the right leg, too much spine tilt away from the target. These would probably be the two most common things. Spine tilts away from the target, lots of weight on the back foot. Right, let's get started with a 3-step process. We're going to cover setup. What is the best setup for chipping and pitching? If you're going to strike that ball consistently, we'll cover all the things you need to do. Most of the time, I would say in most cases, this really improves most chip shots. You don't even have to think about swing. Then we're going to cover backswing. Then if you're still chunking the ball, there could be some things in the downswing that's causing those chunks. So setup, backswing, downswing. So in terms of setup for chipping and pitching, we want a fairly narrow stance. So we have a stable base. So about 2 club heads wide, maybe closer to 3 when you pitch. We want the left foot slightly flared, which helps us with a little bit of rotation. Again, we still need that, even though it's a small shot. And we're looking to favour the left side, the full swing. We don't move off that left leg. All right, we keep that weight on the left leg. Ball position's fairly central. Chipping maybe goes slightly further back, just right of centre, but fairly central. And I would say in most cases, if most people do that, they start chipping better. If they then add to that, keeping the weight on the left leg, best drill for that is literally raise the outside of your right foot, raise your right heel, and just hit some shots doing that. That will give you the sensation of staying left throughout the whole shot. That moves the low point forward. That can make a massive difference to the strikes. So that's, again, one of my favourite check-up drills. Give that a try. And again, a lot of the time, this really, really helps out golfers. So those would be the key things. Another thing to check is just make sure that your shoulders are as level as they can be. We don't want excess tilt. We're always going to have a little bit because our right hand's slightly lower than the left, but we don't want shoulder and spine tilt away from the ball. That would lead to hitting the ground before the ball, fats and fins. So this is my favourite chipping drill, to be honest. Chipping and pitching. So essentially, a lot of golfers can thin the ball purely by taking the club really low, really inside, really underplane. So what we're going to do, we're going to place a stick in the ground roughly about the same angle as the club to our right. It's going to be roughly at the same angle as the club here. If we take the club way on the inside, we're either going to hit the stick or we're going to move in and underneath, which is what moves the low point back. If we go way on the inside, that club is going to bottom out too soon, and you'll find yourself consistently being a little bit behind the ball or thinning the ball. You're going to hit a bit of both if that's your chunk and if that's your thin. So what we want to do is keep that club head in front of the hands, working more in an up and down fashion, a little bit more vertical, up and down, less on the inside, and that was a really crisp contact there. A little bit short, but crisp. Initially, you might have to do this just a fraction slower, especially if you whip it in the inside. You will have to do it a little bit slower in that first piece of the takeaway. But if we can do that and get consistent at doing that, it's definitely one that can make a big difference to contact. So once you've got the setup right from steps 1, this would be something I would check. If it feels weird, you probably don't do it. If it feels normal, you've got it on video, the club's working in front, then if you're still chunking, you can move on to the next part. Let's say you've carried out 2 steps of this 3-step process. You've got a good setup, you've done this drill, you know it's in a good place, and you're still chunking the ball. Well, the chances are there's 2 key moves that we see a lot with people who chunk it, and they happen together. What I quite often see, if someone says they have the yips, or they chunk a lot, or they really, really struggle with short game, the head and the right knee move down closer to the ground. This is a huge exaggeration, huge exaggeration, but if the head and the knee moves closer to the ground, the low point is going to continue to move down, and we're going to get to the ground far too soon. What we see with the best wedge players in the world, and we'll see this, we're going to show you a few videos here, they stay left and they turn up. Remember that. Stay left, turn up. And what does that mean? That means we keep the weight left at the setup, backswing, through impact. So we keep left. But what we can see in these videos from Luke Donald, Victor Hovland, and a few other golfers here, their head moves up slightly. So when they move left, they guarantee they're going to get a steep enough angle to catch ball first, ground second, but equally they stay high enough that they don't slam that club into the ground. And that's really important. If we lose lots and lots of height, you're guaranteed to have some chunks, and you're probably going to throw a shank in there every now and again. We want to stay left, turn up. Imagine you've got a balloon on the top of your head. You're going to try and stay high. The right leg's going to stay long. We're going to stay tall through impact. Caught that one a little bit low in the face, but I would much rather you do that than hit those chunks. So stay left, turn up. And we can see we're catching ball first, ground second, and just that nice little graze of grass. And this is important. If someone's chunking the ball, I know it. I used to video it. I might even try and stick a video up. I know exactly how to do it. I've done it plenty of times. I struggled with my short game myself about a year ago, and this is exactly what I was doing. The head was dipping down, the right knee was dipping down. So we want to stay tall and turn through all the way through impact and try and copy what the best players in the world do. So there's a simple 3-step process that is going to guarantee you move the low point forward, which is going to catch the ball first and not get too deep. You're not going to swing and chunk into the ground, or if you struggle with shanks, again, this is really going to help you out by staying tall as you turn through and not dipping down through the shot. So give these things a try. Comment down below what your best short game tip is. What's your short game tip of the week? If you're new to the channel, smash that big subscribe button. Huge thanks if you do. It helps me get out new content every single week to help you out. If you're looking for extra help with your golf, you can either get a free swing analysis via the Skillest app or a free 60-minute practice plan. So check those out down in the description. If you'd like any more help with these wedge shots, check out this video just here.